Hello, this is Jilly Bling. How are you? So this set, you've probably seen it in the catalog, the holiday catalog, and it has a lot of cute stuff. There's been a few somewhat similar to this in the past, and I've enjoyed those. But look at all of these sentiments and look at the cute little images. Okay, so where would you start with this? It's a little bit overwhelming. So if you have this or you're thinking about getting it and you have it at home, what's the first thing you see? So if I could close this. So what do you see? I remember the latte because I like lattes. So that would be a good place to start. Just do a card with a latte, and then when it's sitting there you'll think, oh, well, it needs a little something, and then you'll add on. Or you could look on Pinterest or the internet and find all kinds of ideas. But when I show you all these samples, I hope to inspire you, not overwhelm you, but of course, I had to use every single thing. I used everything other than the word coffee. And isn't that kind of what this is all about? Because I'm a latte person, I always choose latte. And so this is More Than Autumn bundle. And it comes with the dies and the stamp set. And then I also use decal circles just to give the latte a focal point. Okay, so you ready? Drum roll. Oh, where do we start? I'll start with the easiest one. The easiest one, you have to color only 3 little apples, do some die cutting, and this is as cute as can be. Okay, and so then I started looking at all these different choices like apple. There's nothing better than apple season. We have apples. Got it, it's under control. So then I started thinking, you know how in the movie Forrest Gump, how he's like, who was it, Bubba? And he loves shrimp. He's like, you can make shrimp omelets, you can make shrimp scampi, and he just kept on going on. I mean, his whole thing was shrimp. Well, kind of like my whole thing is stamping, but doing that with apples. And then look at all of these options. You can have apple pie, apple spice, apple cider, it's apple season, apple donuts. Oh my God, I love it all. I love it all. Then I was thinking about putting a check mark next to them, or maybe a check mark in the apple, but I think it's cute just like this. So this is the simple one. That's doable, huh? What was next? Next was more apples because I was overwhelmed by everything. So then I started thinking, what do I really like in apple? I like apple pie, okay. I like apple donuts a whole lot. So this was the next one. And then do you choose green apples or red apples? Then wavy trim is on the clearance rack now. I have a few spools of it and I love it. I was so sad to see it go. But look how it works as a backdrop for all these little donuts just to kind of be hanging out. And then I use the pecan pie in clear ribbon adhesive back gems, and those look really nice here. And then hello apple donuts, and I love them. And yeah, I went crazy here. Grateful it's finally fall. Apple donuts, apple donuts. Yeah. Yum. Okay, so is that enough? No. What was next? Next was hot cocoa. Because I wanted to use the new Baker's Twine in cherry cobbler and white, and I also wanted to use these little snowflakes. Right here. These little snowflakes are as cute as can be. If you're in doubt, this is a yes. Because you get a whole bunch, probably says on here. I think it just does it by weight. Quantity. Oh, 9.5 grams. But you're like, well, okay, that's a lot. And they're kind of rubbery, which is interesting. And there's at least 2 sizes in here. So, well, that one is a little warped. I'd still use it. Do you see the detail in them? And they're kind of thick, but they're a little bit rubbery. but they're very white. It's not like they're going to become discolored. But look at all that. So I wanted to use those. Okay, so snowflakes to me says, let's represent those hot cocoa people, because not everyone likes coffee. There's nothing better than hot cocoa. My little marshmallows, I used the little snowflakes. I love this trim. And isn't it nice how the trim, you could still see the designer paper through the trim? Hot cocoa, good with gingerbread cookies and candy canes. Okay, there's nothing better than hot cocoa, except maybe you. And then it's kind of simple on the inside, because the previous one, I did a lot on the inside. Okay, so that's 3. Then let's get to it. Latte. I love lattes. Maybe not so much pumpkin spice latte. I don't mind them. But I had this new ribbon that just came in the mail, and I had this paper. Don't those go beautifully together? And especially the Blackberry Bliss, what's opposite on the color wheel? Yellows and oranges. Doesn't that make these 2 orange items just pop out? And then the ribbon is just beautiful. So trying to keep it simple. A latte with a piece of pumpkin pie and a little decoration off to the side. You are the spice to my autumn. Isn't that cute? And when you look at all the choices and all the dyes, it's almost endless. I was doing this because Tony and I like to go and get our lattes, and there being a couple. He doesn't want whipped cream on his. I usually don't either, but they put it on mine by accident yesterday. Oh, that's really good. The girl goes, oh, do you want me to make you another one? I was like, no, I don't mind whipped cream. Very good. Okay, one more. Isn't that cute? You hand me a pumpkin and the little leaves. And because the wavy trim works so well with the donuts, kind of acting as a base for my focal point, I did it with this white fray ribbon. Put some leaves on it. You hand me a pumpkin. Hello, fall. And aren't these champagne gems perfect with this? Okay, so are you overwhelmed? It's like, where do I start? So then it was like, well, let's make another one. So I used everything other than coffee, deckled circles. So I have slightly a plan for today, just slightly. Isn't this fun though? Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. I want to use the champagne iridescent dots once again. Wavy trim. We'll use glue dots. We'll need some white paper to stamp on. Oh, if you'd like to order anything, I'll list all of the products to use in the video description along with the paper cut sizes. And here is a host code. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you have a wish list full of items, I would love to be your demonstrator. Your orders, I really appreciate them. That's what keeps me doing more videos. And I say thank you. Here are the papers. And I just looked up Leaf Fall embossing folder to see if you could order it, and you could still order this. My little tag says it retired, but maybe it came back for temporary time, but right now you can still get it. So I want to use this today. This one I used on the donuts card. It's kind of hard to see the backgrounds on these. So the leaves go from about here at an angle, which is perfect space to stamp. So that's the plan for today. Okay, so we'll use that. Oh, this is in the mini catalog on page 49. That's something else. That's Amaryllis. More Than Autumn Bundle. And these are great ideas too. Let's go, let's do it. So are you overwhelmed? I am. I overwhelm myself. Just because I kind of want to make more, and you could do them all in different seasons. So this embossing folder the leaves are going from here to here. So if you're like, well, wait a minute, I want the no leaves over here, you can turn your paper however you like in here. So how about if I have this one at the top, here's one right here, and have them trickle down to about there. Okay, I'm going to run this through my machine. Oh, look what I came up with. Okay, I want to make sure you can see this. But I get the shadows on it just right. I'll make sure to take pictures and put them on my blog. And my blog is jillybling.com. So you can see the beautiful detail in it. The leaves are really pretty too. There you go. Okay, and then these papers are for the decal rectangle circles. I have them in 2 different sizes. Oh, see this one here that I have the tape on? Here, let me set this down. This one is the whipped cream on top of the latte. And I did it 3 times. First time, no washi tape. Second time, 1 washi tape. Third time, 2 washi tape. Finally, I had success at 3 pieces of washi tape on it. Why did it not hold? I don't know. It is just my nemesis today. So you probably won't have that problem, but if you have that problem once, load up your die with washi tape to hold it in place. I don't know why I kept doing that. I have a few masks. Maybe we'll use those on the inside today. We are going to have a latte and donuts on the outside. Maybe not an apple. Okay, we'll see how we go with that. So I have cut out pumpkin pie. We have some coloring to do. Whipped cream, cinnamon, donut, heart, pumpkin, latte, and circles. What more could you want? I think if you cut out one of everything, you might have enough. Probably not. This is for stamping, but I already did the stamping. Okay, crumb cake, my favorite color. These are for the inside, pumpkin pie in white. This piece already has texture on it. And I'll put that on with, dimensionals. I need to come up with a plan here though. Oh, I should stamp on it before I do anything. Okay, so to stamp on it, I want to do, because I'm kind of focusing on pumpkin here, you are the pumpkin to my fall. You are the pumpkin to my fall. On that one I did, you are the spice to my autumn. But I mean, you could be so creative with this. Okay, so in black ink, okay, I hope I don't mess it up. And I'm gonna do it right down here. You are, woohoo! You are the pumpkin success to my I'm going to kind of get that bunched up in there, to my fall. Okay, lucky. So done with that. So now the circle, I'm just going to attach these. Oh, and I didn't tell you the papers. is the one with the shopping carts and the vegetables. To Market 12 by 12 paper. So that one. This one has the bags on the back. And I think the one we're using today is in here. I think I have them all cut up. Maybe. Oh, here it is. What's the green one have on it? Flowers. So this is the To Market paper. Then I also used Country Woods designer paper. Country Woods was used on the first one, apple. And if you turn it over, it's a really lighter grain. And that might be cute to make the words stand out a little bit more strong. I like the wood grain though. There's no wrong. Whatever you do is right. Okay, back on task. So, get this stuck down. Right in the middle. So that'll go here. I could put this on now because I already stamped on it. There's so much stuff just kind of in the way. This is going to go onto right here. A few of you have lately have seen others talk about magic dimensionals. If you want to know how to do it, it's just packing tape. And if you go back to one of my very first videos, it's just like a 4-minute, 5-minute video of putting the packing tape over your dimensionals so you don't lose all those pieces. But I could send you the noisy video if you like. It's worth it. It's worth the effort. Okay, so that's good. So this is going to go on, but I want to put some adhesive down here at the bottom to hold the wavy trim, to hold all these cute pieces. So today is Saturday. We always do family dinner on Sunday, but we went to a restaurant maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was like pulling teeth to get Tony to try something new. He was like, oh, I want to go here. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with that place? Anyhow, we went there, loved it. And so he's like, oh, we have to take family back here, like for family dinner, which is good. But they're not open on Sunday. So how can you do family dinner without family? So we have changed family dinner for this one time to today, Saturday. And we got reservations. We were trying to make reservations for 8, but they're like, can't do it. And one person hasn't got back with us for a little while, so we took the spot that will hold 7. And we're going tonight, and I'm so looking forward to it. They have, if you're local, it's in Creso, P-A-Z-Z-O. So in my American world, I say Pazzo. In the way that the owner or manager, I'm not sure of her exact title, she says it's Pazio or something like that with a T. I said, there's no T in it. She goes, I know, but that's just an Italian way of saying it. Not that they have just Italian food. They've got all kinds of food. But you could tell that it's well made, beautifully made. So looking forward to that. Tony's like, why don't you come out in the yard and help me, like on the back side of the fence? You know how we have the deer highway. We refer to it as Bambi Highway. He's like, come to the back and help me pick up rocks and put them into the little trailer on the other side of the fence. He goes, then I could weed eat better. And I'm like, okay, that's a good exercise. I'm like, wait a minute. I put on my new cute shirt for date night. I said, how about if we do it tomorrow? He's like, okay. So tomorrow we're going to do it. I wasn't procrastinating to procrastinate. Well, maybe I was. But I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's good. Okay, how am I going to color these? What color donut? What color frosting? That could go here, or maybe over here. This can go here. The latte can be the tower, kinda, in the back. Look at that. Maybe it needs to go down further. I want to cover up my wavy trim. Well, maybe it could just be tall. Okay. Heart. There. Cinnamon sticks. I have a cinnamon stick story to tell you. Maybe these could be like they're sticking out from the donut. Cinnamon. So if ever you're around me and you're like, hey, do you want a cinnamon candy? Or do you want this, like a sprinkle of cinnamon in your coffee? I'm going to say no. And that's because, ooh, that's cute. I want this to be like on the label. Okay, those could go somewhere else. So a handful of years ago, it's probably coming up on like 10 years ago, there was, I think it was before TikTok, or right when TikTok started, my darling daughter said, Mom, you had to do the cinnamon challenge. I'm like, oh, okay, I like cinnamon, okay. And I had never heard of it, and she was laughing, and okay. So we went into the bathroom. I think it was before we were living here. We went into the bathroom. What color should my heart be? I'm thinking poppy. And she goes, here's a spoon. And it was a teaspoon, like regular spoon of cinnamon. She goes, I'll give you $1,000 if you can eat this. I'm like, you don't have $1,000. She goes, yeah, I do. I have it in savings. If you can eat this, I'll give it to you. Okay, so in my head, this is a bonding moment with my daughter. It didn't work out so well. And I'm not going to say any more about it other than I failed and I didn't do it and she kept her money. And when I put in the video link to, I think it's Glowzilla or Flowzilla, you can imagine me laughing my head off, like that hysterical laugh, just watching her do this. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about it. But I want you to watch it just because it's ridiculous. So, Flowzilla, I had to come up with colors to color these. I'm going to do the latte, because this is kind of at this point really white. I'm going to do the latte in these colors. So it's pecan pie and crumb cake. Okay, so back to the story. So Flowzilla, this is going to be smoky slate light, just the shadows. Flowzilla has a camera set up, filming her in her kitchen over her kitchen counter. So she's here, the camera's looking at her, and there's her kitchen counter in front of her. And Flowzilla says, and she has like a southern attitude, a southern talk to her, which I think is perfect for this video. And just, I love me a southern girl. I'm not one, but I appreciate a southern girl, so don't get me wrong on this. So she says, so y'all, I don't know what the issue is with the cinnamon challenge. And she's saying it, and she has a spoon, and she's kind of a wooden spoon, and she's tapping around when she's talking. Okay. Then she says, so here's the thing of cinnamon, and here's a spoon. So I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I'm going to do this cinnamon challenge. She goes, and I don't know what size of spoon they're talking about. And this whole time she's talking, she has that big wooden stir spoon. Okay, so you kind of know where I'm going with this, right? So she has her spoon. Here's the big container, you know, like the Costco big container of cinnamon. She goes, so I don't know what the problem is. Cinnamon is good. Cinnamon is good for you. It's like a vitamin, and you could put it in drinks. So she takes the cinnamon and she dumps it, and it's in a heaping mound. Okay, so if we flash back to the story I told you 2 minutes ago about me doing it with a teaspoon in the bathroom, and I just stopped the story there, imagine her doing this big spoon. Okay, so she takes it, she mounds it high, she puts it in her mouth. She's like, I don't know, are you just supposed to swallow it? I don't know what the big deal is. Then she tries to swallow it. Keep in mind, I should look up if it's Flozella or Glozella. She has big curly hair. She has like 70s hair, like big hair. And she goes, like she's coughing, and it goes flying out all over. And she starts gagging, understandably. And then she goes over to the sink, and she's trying to put out or get rid of all the cinnamon. Oh my gosh. My experience wasn't that bad, but it was somewhat similar. So I tell you all that just because, like, if you brought like snickerdoodles and they have cinnamon on them, it's like, okay, that's a little bit, but ever since then, I have no interest in cinnamon. Tony's doing blowing in the back. But I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so this is pecan pie, light and dark. It's kind of noisy. So I'll put the link in there. And I hope you guys are as hysterically laughing. And keep in mind, everything turns out well. Don't they say on some of the stories, no one got hurt in this video? So she's still alive, so don't you worry about that. Oh, Tony, go the other direction. I should be grateful he's out there being a yardsman. If he comes over here, I'm going to give him the stop. Oh, he's going around the other side of the house. Whew. Okay, so at the end of the video, this goes on for a while. She is in, is he coming this way? Okay, I just gave him hand warning signs. Don't do it. So in this video, she's in the refrigerator getting this big pitcher of water, trying to wash down the cinnamon. So then she has water all over on her chest, cinnamon going on her chest, and she has on cleavage shirt. And it's everywhere. And then she keeps on coughing like she's trying to talk, and she's saying something, and then she goes, and at the end she's over the sink and she's gagging. And then she comes back to turn off the video, and she's like over and out. And she shakes her head like how a cat, like, you know how if a cat doesn't like anything and they kind of get the heebie-jeebies? Okay, enough of that story. Okay, this is crumb cake. I'm trying to get back on track. I don't think I have any other stories. No stories, except Evan and Michaela. It's getting closer. She's due October 26th, and we are getting close to October. And they got a new vehicle, because if you heard the story last week, see, now I can laugh about that because it's all over and it turned out just fine. She's going to work. She's halfway to work in Cresswell, and her car wouldn't go into gear. She was at the, I don't know if it's a stop light or stop sign, and she pushed the gas and it wouldn't go. And she was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And it was very convenient that right behind her was a man from the shop where they take their car if ever they have a problem. And he came out, and I think he did something, and he pushed her. And I'm like, Michaela, just get out. She goes, people are getting, they're beeping, they're wanting to go. I said, get out, because she is a beautiful girl. And she looks very pregnant. And I'm sure that she had her beautiful long hair flowing and getting out, being all pregnant like that. I said, just pull the pregnant line. Like, I don't know. She goes, okay, somebody's coming. And that's when the guy was coming up to help her out. But it all worked out just fine. But they got a new car, and not just, oh, new to them car. They got a new car. I've never had a new car, SUV. And it looks so good. And they are now ready to put a baby in it. I said, oh, right there, little one is going to go right there. She says, yep, and Bruiser is going to go right over there. It's like, oh, I don't mean to forget Bruiser. So, fun times. They sent a picture just a few minutes ago of Evan holding, I probably could pull it up here really quick, him holding carrots and a thing of tomatoes. And what's interesting is neither of them like tomatoes, but you can make sauce out of it. You can make salsa. Let me see if I could get it. Look at that. That's my boy. Look at those carrots. I mean, that's a whole meal in itself. Oh, he's all raggedy. Look at those tomatoes. Wow. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting this cup all ready to roll, and I'm not quite sure of the placement yet. So I like to do dimensionals at the top, glue at the bottom, so it's kind of 3D looking, and then that will make it easier for the other stuff to set on top of it too. So this is going to go, it's going to kind of be the anchor. I'll put it over to one side a little bit, maybe this side, because everything's getting a little congested over there. Okay, let me see how this is going to go before that dries. That could go right there. This can go here. Okay, that's good. Cinnamon sticks, they're going to go somewhere real special. Okay, that looks good. And donut, what color frosting? I think the frosting should be, the pumpkin pie is too strong. How about peach? Petal pink is too weak. Okay. Peach, that might be too orangey. I'm going to do it just in this one looks good. I think if I did it in the brown tones, it might match the cup too much, so I'll do this one. So that is, I think, pecan pie and ivory. Ivory frosting, no shading, just frosting. So when little one comes, I am going to be the grandma. So that means I'll be home more. I hope I have time in my craft room. I know little one sleeps a lot at first. Tony's so looking forward to meeting little one. The parents know what the name is. We don't know what the name is. They won't tell us. We have a month to wait. But when I saw Michaela yesterday, she's like, I'm like, well, how you doing? How are things going? She goes, yesterday was so uncomfortable. I'm like, what do you mean uncomfortable? And she said I was having Braxton Hicks contractions and they were uncomfortable. Like, I don't think they're supposed to be uncomfortable. Maybe tight, maybe snug, but they shouldn't hurt. She goes, they did. She says it lasted about a half a day and then she was okay. I go, oh. She goes, maybe baby's coming sooner than later. I go, okay. I forgot where I was going with that story, but soon. Okay, there's our donut. Okay, and let's color the pie. So do you like pumpkin pie? I do, in moderation. Like when it's time, I could help out with a few pieces over a few days' time. I like it. Tony, on the other hand, said, oh no, I don't like pumpkin pie. I'm like, why do you not like it? How can you not? It's just good. You don't know. Then, about 10 years into our marriage, he tried it. He goes, yeah, I kind of like that. And then the same thing with eggnog. Eggnog, I don't mind it, but nah, I think I'd rather pass and have something else. But pumpkin pie, to Tony, has become one of his favorite things. It's like, it's pumpkin pie season. We need to get pumpkin pie. And at dessert time, at family dinner, usually he's like, nah. Copper clay. Copper clay. Because I like how this one turned out. See how it looks like it's richer pumpkin than the little pumpkin? So that is copper clay light. But every season, he gets at least one of those containers of eggnog, and he goes through it, and he enjoys it. And instead of saying no to dessert, if it's pumpkin pie, he says yes. So when you have pumpkin pie, I should put this on a poll. Not like flagpole. On my YouTube channel, they're always saying, create a new poll, like where you poll people, you give them options. I'm gonna do that. So pumpkin pie, do you like whipped cream on it? Do you like ice cream next to your pie or cake? Or do you like it nothing? Personally, I'm a nothing or maybe whipped cream, but not ice cream. Grampy is always definitely ice cream. Sometimes both. So this copper clay light, this is what the oven, having it in the oven. See how it's a little bit golden brown? Then maybe at the edges, like a little bit. Put it right here at the top especially. Because that's where it's all golden brown and kind of bubbly. Just a little bit here and there. Okay. There is the pie. Look at that. That's gonna go right there. I'll put that on it with dimensionals. I'm going to do just one for now because I had to do something with those cinnamon sticks. I think when I don't do a video for a few days, I have They're at an angle. I just have lots of stories. I don't mean to. I just do. Dog is snoring. He's in his bed. People like pumpkin spice season. I like dog in the bed season. This can go. I don't know. Should it be covering that or not? No, right there. But where's the cinnamon? I didn't push it down hard. Where's the cinnamon sprigs? Maybe they could be here, covering up kind of that gap. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so these are going to be in pecan pie. Or should they be copper clay? Copper clay or pecan pie. I think pecan pie is a little bit truer, but that's what color is going on here. Okay, copper clay. It's going to be copper clay. This is fresh cinnamon. It hasn't had a chance to get brown. Okay, so I'll do where I think the shadows would be. It's in the center, definitely here at the end, maybe a little bit at the top. So Mama and I, we were doing some errands a few days ago, and she wanted to stop at the store to get some sunscreen. So I added on, okay, I want to get some dog shampoo. Because he goes to the local girl to get his mani-pedi. But sometimes, like a week after he's there, he smells like a dog rather than a pampered pup. And I always say to Tony, I'm going to take him in the shower with me. But I bought dog shampoo. So I'm ready. Tony says, I'll do it in the driveway tomorrow. I'm like, it'll be cold. That'll be cold water. It's like, he doesn't care. I'm like, oh yeah. I think he cares. Oh, I like it, that color. This one could be kind of at an angle. Okay, because they're both together, I'll pick it up and I'll put, well, just stay. Just stay. If I take this, maybe I can lock them into place right there. Maybe. Okay, that worked out okay. And then I'm going to put glue under them. I haven't even thought about the inside yet. Glue. Glue. You guys just keep hanging together. Okay, and that will dry up. Be clear. Okay, so this needs more dimensionals, maybe glue under here. The donut's on. It was the pie that I didn't stick on fully. Okay, so now the cute little gems. I'll put 3 of them on the outside. 1, 2, 3. I'll use a small, medium, large. Here's medium, large, small. I think there might be 4 sizes. Okay, so the outside is done. So for the inside, you are the pumpkin to my fall. What should I put in here? I'll do latte in the middle. See, I had to be careful because as much stamping as I do is how much coloring I need to do. Okay, so latte. Have little fuzzies on it. Fuzzy. Let me see if I can make it better. If not, I'll go back to that one. Latte, that's better. And cream. Okay. And latte could be in the foreground, so it's stamped first. And now, donut. Maybe I'll put the donut on the other side here. A donut. And the pie, oh, I should have done it the other way because the pie is going to be going the wrong direction. Well, see, I'm going to end up stamping the whole thing. Unless I could come up with cute words over here. This thing is full of cute words. I'm going to do it. You are the pumpkin to my fall. Or should I put more things over there? No, because the pie would look funny. It's too short over there. You're the pumpkin to my fall. So how about you had me at no. This call, how about if I just do this calls for and I have all these things right here? Or I know, you are the pumpkin to my fall. Hello. Do the hello. It's cleaned, all ready to go. So, hello. Or it can be hello pumpkin. You are the pumpkin to my fall. Hello pumpkin. That's cute. Okay, now I have to color all these. Sometimes I get carried away. Oh, that turned out just fine. Okay, so here we are, and I'm not telling cinnamon stories this time. I could concentrate. Okay, so the whipped cream, I'm putting just a hint of smoky slate, so it kind of looks like the shadows of the bright white whipped cream. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to use the color lifter to soften them up a little bit. Tony is way in the front now, blowing. Driveway, street, does it all. Oh, and I could put that little pumpkin in here, just like it is on the front, but I'll stamp it. So then this is going to be pecan pie. I'll do pecan pie dark. I'm just going to do part of the cup because I found that while it's still wet, if you do the next color, you don't have to do any blending. And I like that. I'm going to do that as one layer only. I think my pecan pie marker is seeing better days. See, now I don't have to do any blending right there. I like that. Okay, so pecan pie dark. Then just a little bit of blending. Okay. So dark. Two layers of color. Then light. Yeah, I need a new marker. I'll do just a little blending to get rid of that seam. And then I know the donut base is like it's golden brown. And then the frosting was ivory. No blending. A few layers of color just so it's good solid ivory. It looks like I went out of the line on the donut hole a little bit, so convenient color lifter to fix my whoops. Okay. Now crumb cake for coffee cozy, so it doesn't burn your hands. So this is crumb cake dark. Crumb cake, oop, that's ivory. Crumb cake light. So where'd we go? Tony and I, we went somewhere. Oh, the kids got their new car just a few days ago. And they're like, okay, you come pick up your car. So we went to their work and picked it up. And when I came home, because then we had two cars, Tony had a few errands to run. When we came home, it's like, where's the dog? He always greets us. with a wagging tail, and sometimes we even get barking. But he was nowhere. I'm like, oh, okay, because he has on the porch, he has a bed, like a raised, they called it a cot. And he wasn't there, but many times he stays up on the porch until he knows who it is. Like that's his safe spot. None of that. So then I came around the house to come in, and guess who? I'm raising my hand. Left the back screen door open. Guess where he was? He was in the house, laying in his spot on the couch. Yeah. Whoops. Okay, so I had to color the pumpkin. I'm going to let this crumb cake dry just a little bit, and I'll work on pumpkin pie. So that is done with, is it pecan? There's a whole lot of pecan pie going on here. Oh, I like pecan pie too. Do you like pecan pie? I like just a little bit of it, like maybe every other year. It's really sweet. I like the crust. I like the nuts, but that jelly stuff, I don't really know what it is. If it's really thin, it's okay. Otherwise, it's kind of like a toffee or whatever. It's just too sweet. So this is pumpkin pie dark. I'll get it good and filled in. I'll do 2 layers of color. Then I'm going to go back with the copper clay and make it look like it's a little bit golden. Copper clay, like it caramelized in the oven. Okay, there is pie. Okay, so now it's time for this one. So just do shadows at the bottom in pumpkin pie dark, and then pumpkin pie light to fill it in. Then I'm going to put on a few shadows underneath these images to make it look slightly realistic. Doesn't that look fun? Shadow, shadow, shadow. I think that's it. On the inside of the other one, I did some embellishments, which just makes the card bulkier, but sometimes I like to do that. Maybe I'll just do 3 tiny ones on the inside here. Oop. Okay, so the 3 tiny ones can go 1, 2, 3. Tiny. Aren't those pretty? I'm going to hold it up. I hope you can see how pretty they are. Little sparkle. Look at them on here. Those are some bigger ones. Okay, because that's still wet, glue will go in here. No, there's always 2 ways to do it. There it is. Okay, today's project, we got through it. It's not too overwhelming. Okay, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. I'd appreciate that, and have a great day. Okay, bye.